Good morning, students. So today, again, I'll continue with the pass by value, uh, and pass by reference method. That is for object as function argument. Okay, so object as function argument. Yesterday, in the previous video, I explained to you one program. Okay, where the method used was pass by value. So in there, you saw that the object. Okay, the object that is the object could pass its data using the member function. That means that this is initialization, right? So you're assigning the value of the object by the member function. That means passing the value, passing the argument value, okay, using the member function, right, of the object. So it was seen that through this pass by value method we could achieve here, right? So here in the main function, okay, so here the object data was passed through the member function, right? So assigning it assigned the value through the function, and then this value was assigned to the member function, the function definition section, so the function body. Okay, so here another variable accepted the value. So here in this this member function input data took the value that was assigned 100 Miss Sujata PhD computer and stored in these variables, right? So in this pass by value method, okay, uh, what happened is that the function call, it passes the arguments, that is the values, okay, in, so that is what is called as pass by value method. Okay, so what you're doing is that you're passing the not the actual value but the copied value to the to a new variable. Okay, so this is the call function. Okay, this is the calling function, and this is the call function. As you can see that the calling function and the call function, the name will be same, only the format will be same. Also the function prototype, the calling function, the call function, the, it will be same format, right? So the call function, what it does, it creates a new variable to store the value that was passed along with the type value. Okay, then it copies the value in this variable, right? Okay, and what why is because this call function, okay, this call function uh, in pass by value method, this call function does not have access to the actual value that is passed from here, okay, but the copied value only. So that's why that value, that copied value, is stored in here. Okay, now um, it is okay, okay, if in that case what happens is that the original value, okay, does not change. So the actual argument stays as it is. So only the modified value changes as per in this formal logic. Okay, now but it may be that sometimes you may want to change the original value, the original argument. Okay, in such case, okay, pass by reference method is used. Now we have already seen this pass by value and pass by reference method, okay, in function chapter, that is in your class 11. Okay, so uh, if you're facing problem on that, go through that chapter nicely, okay, and yeah, try to understand on that. Now as per as you have seen that in every topic there is one program. Okay, there's only one program. So as you have seen that in every program, okay, slight modifications are there. Okay, you have seen that class of array, you are seeing object as function argument, you are seeing pass by value, pass by reference method, you have seen inline, you have also seen in some programs how inline is used, right? You have seen function uh, defined inside class, function declared inside class. So all the programs are quite different. Now it is not possible for you to understand the concept of inline but just by one program itself. Okay, and it is also very difficult for me to explain all the concept through this method. uh, but my suggestion is, okay, uh, yes, you can understand what is inline but by looking at that particular program. Okay, but to understand the whole concept about why we're using, suppose like the inline, or why we're using this object as function argument, okay, what is the necessity of that, I suggest you go through tutorials and more programs. Okay, the more program you learn, the more program you will understand. Okay, so since you have that advantage right now, to Google search from home, okay, so make use of that advantage. Okay, that way you will excel more in programming. Okay, that is that is my suggestion. Okay, so yesterday we discussed about this one. Okay, now the difference is this is pass by value method. Now here another pass by value method. Okay, now in this program what you will see is that in the first program, okay, we saw that the object data pass through the member functions. Okay, now in this program we will see that the object is passed as a function argument. Okay, so here in the first part, okay, as same, okay, the class employee. So we have the private access specifiers. We have in here we have declared two variables, float HRA and DRA here. Okay, same like in the last, and here the public access the public member functions. Okay, so the member functions all are declared. Now this is the function prototype. Okay, so here void input data. So this is the function prototype. These are the parameters, the parameter type to be included. Okay, so it shows the format. Similarly here, okay, these are this is the function prototype declaration. This is just a normal, actually this is just a normal function declaration. Okay, so what you'll notice that in the difference between this program and the last program is that here the return type is void. In the previous program, okay, you see that the return type was double. Okay, why? Because we use inline functions, inline member functions, right? Because a value was returned back to the call function, to the main function. Okay, so here the return type is void. Okay, why? Because like the cout statement, it gets executed in the function body itself. Now when we come back to the main function, okay, you will notice a difference that here the class employee declares two objects. Now what is the need for two objects? Now like I said before, it is possible for a class to have as many objects as needed. Okay, so here you are declaring two objects to be used. So keep in mind this object is different from this object. That means this object state and behavior and identity is different, and this object state behavior identity is different, like that. Okay, but these two objects shares the same member, shares the same member. That means the object EMB can access uh, has these members, data members, and the object XEMB also has these data members and member function. Only thing is that it is private. Okay, so the object EMB and XEMB can have access to these public member functions. Okay, but what is the need of two objects? Now if you see, if you continue, okay, uh, in the case here, function object passes value to the input data class function. Okay, so using this object xemp, okay, it passes the value, that is the value of this object xemp, okay, using this member function. Okay, so this member function is invoked. Okay, so this object invokes this member function. It calls this member function to pass this value, to assign, so this value are assigned. Okay, and so what you are doing is that you're passing the value. Okay, you're passing the argument through pass by value method. Okay, and this value gets passed. So this function gets invoked. Okay, so this function gets invoked. This is the function definition section. Okay, so uh, when the when this function passes this value, okay, that value gets stored here. Okay, so here this function, okay, creates a new variable e code, e name, e designation, e salary to store the values 100, Miss Sujata, PGD computer, so and so. Okay, so now so these are totally different variables. That's why new variables. That's why we have the data type mentioned. Okay, so the member function defines declares a new variable. Okay, so in this case, uh, So in this case, that value which is stored here gets assigned to the data members. That is EMP code. Okay, EMP code. So now using the variable e code, the value that is assigned to the variable e code. Okay, now that value is assigned to the EMP code that which belongs to the class employee. Okay, so that way we can store the value in the class data members emp code. Okay, since it is private, directly we cannot access it. Okay, so similarly, using the string manipulation function, you are able to transfer the value from e name to emp name. Okay, and then e designation to emp designation. Similarly, e salary to emp salary. Okay, after that the control comes back to the main function and executes the next line step. Okay, so we have the cout, here's the employee information, and the for loop. Okay, now next, here again you see some slight changes. Here again you see that this line emb dot display xemb. Now here you are using an object to access the member function. Okay, and this member function is passing the object as an argument. Okay, so uh, why is the need for this this object? Now you know that to access the member function, to invoke the member function in a class, we need an object. Okay, so using the object we are able to invoke this member function, right? Normally in your previous program, okay, in your previous program you do not pass an object as an argument, right? Simply in if it was like the previous program, simply you don't need to declare this object emp. Straight away you declare employee x emp. Okay, then uh, this uh, this uh, this member function will be invoked by this object. Okay, and then you'll be writing down here directly xemb dot display, right? Xemb dot calculate ta, xemb dot calculate hra, like that. Okay, but the whole point of this program, this particular program, is to show that an object can also be passed as an argument. Okay, you can pass the whole object, that means the whole members of an object, to be used as an argument. Okay, so that is why we need two objects. Okay, one object one object stores the data and it passes that data using this member function. Okay, and the use of the other object, that is the emb, is okay to invoke this the other functions, the other member functions. Okay, and to pass this object xemb, since this xemb uh, has the data, right? Since this xemp has the data values, so that this object is passed as an argument. Okay, so that object will be passed and it will be passed here. Okay, so here this member function no, what is that? Yeah, this member function display, okay, will take in that object, okay, of type class employee. Okay, so here uh, so here the member function display, okay, it creates the object xemb of the type class employee. Okay, so that value will be passed here. Okay, and then when you when you execute the function body, okay, cout employee code, okay, so it will display the value that was stored in xemb. Okay, so that's why, since we have two objects, right, so where is the value stored? In the object xemb, right? So that is why you use the dot operator, okay, to access the data that is stored in the emb code. Okay, so xemb dot employee code. Okay, similarly employee name, okay, xemb dot employee name, xemb dot designation, xemb dot employee salary. After that, control comes back, okay, and then executes the next line statement, emb dot calculate da. Okay, so again the object is passed as an argument. Okay, and then it executes the same line, this member function body. Okay, so that value will be, again you can see that the class employee, uh, the class employee, okay, and then the object is declared here, okay, by this member function. So a new variable xemb is created. So now what will happen is that in order to access the to execute, okay, so da equals to 1.20 into, okay, same way, where is this value stored? Under xemb object, and under which variable? emb salary, right? So that way we are able to access the data of the salary that was stored under the xemb object. Okay, so similarly the two other function bodies will be executed in the same way. Okay, so this pass by value method shows that the object can be passed as a function argument. Okay, so uh, short program. Okay, I hope that you have understood uh, what I have said. Okay, uh, if you have not, okay, you can ask. Okay, so like I said, okay, one program itself is not sufficient, okay, to for you to understand the whole topic. So as much as possible, you search from online materials also, okay, and then compare the program after program. Okay, when you start comparing program after program only, you will know the difference, why we're using this or that, like that. Okay, so but of course the ones that are in the textbook are the main programs for which you have to understand, which you have to memorize. Okay, because these are the programs that will be coming in your exam time only. Okay, uh, it is not the length of the program. Okay, once you understand the concept, you can easily means like write it down. Okay, so that will be for today. For tomorrow I'll start again pass by reference, and then some solve exercises problems. Okay, so yes, if you have any doubts on any matter, okay, you can message me. Okay, so that will be for today.